Hello, I'm I'm Ring Vaster again. That is, oh yeah, uh, bye. Wait, what? Uh, actually, do I? No, I don't need that. Bleh. Ignoring the technical difficulties, it's time to begin with the. I should probably remove next page. They've been growing those wings for a week now. Oh, like, is this part of the modus or uh, what? Your your Scorp theme is net. So you're saying the thing I've been waiting to see for like freaking I don't know for a while. This this was a freaking Scorp theme. Are you kidding me? Your Scorp theme is nebulaic nirvana, the central hub of your applications, being an age-old interpretation regarding the creation myth of a world lacking turmoil. The piece has always seemed to speak to you on a fundamental level, as if it's the being you should properly become in time. Albion answered Taz. I don't remember the voice I did for Taz. Oh boy, and what? Oh god, this is gonna be awkward. Pernicious overkill began trolling Demiurge Quantified. Hey, Albion, uh, so I just got a shitty bunch of messages from UK. He mentioned wanting me to play some sort of game with him, although knowing how he is, I could mean a wide variety of things that I am most likely 0% interested in. Like, it's probably just some sort of elaborate piffling scheme to play a useless and antagonizing trick on me to get on my nerves or something. X already gets me mad just wondering about it. Actually, no, I don't really fucking care. Especially since he told me in order to do whatever it is he is planning, I gotta work with arcjec, which, ha, isn't gonna happen. I had a few moments with my thoughts, and also thought I'd come mention it to you. It's probably a bit of a stretch, but I was wondering if maybe you heard something about it too, and could offer a little clearer insight on what the actual shit he's talking about, or not, and I can just complain. Anger. But what voice should the frickin' Star Child have? Actually, I have an I have an entire arrangement of varying notes and plans, dating back epochs that have led us to this very moment. I was waiting for you to message me so I could go explain them in large amounts of detail. What? Really? No. Fuck you! I'm not sure what your expectation was, but really, it shouldn't be me having all of the answers, at least not all of the time. Well, actually, I guess you technically weren't expecting that, but really, the expectations of the matter aren't the exact matter at hand, right? Well, no, no. I hadn't actually been expecting you to know, but then you raised my hopes and then you lied to me. But now I'm just confused. Do you know something or don't you? I know approximately a few things, like most of us. I'm not really sure what exactly he is referring to, but I do know that this is the night. The night in which our planet begins to crumble, and I will have to save you and everybody else. Now you're also being just being vague and kind of foreboding. I don't really appreciate that much right now. Tez, did you forget that we have big plans today? The plans of what my life and all others have been setting up to? Yes, because I can't comprehend viciously wrong knowledge sentiments. Speaking of sentiments, maybe this would be the best time to bring this up. Maybe you should talk to him. No, Albion, no. Don't make me. I won't make you do anything. I will tell you that this is a wise choice, and it might make you both feel just a little better about each other. I've spent so much time trying to grab his attention, but never any time attempting to really speak to him. I don't have much I can say not regarding the actual topic. I know what I must do right now, and later I have a meeting that will be putting us all in motion, and in motion towards the end. Do what you feel is best, or rather, please take a moment to do what I would do. Wait, aren't I supposed to, like, play music or something? Vassy? I got too freaking wrapped up in this story. Alright, where were we? You know what, let's just start the freaking beginning. Wait. Heck. Okay, play all. Don't play yet. Put you down to like 3. Maybe a bit more. It reminds me of like Portal 2. And a little while later, the bard and the sylph do indeed speak again. It goes as well as it can. He's the bard, huh? Fucking, why is this even important? Not a single person has put forth anything coherent at me yet today, and it's really blowing me up. I don't have the faintest idea what you're referring to, other than the fact that I apparently need to participate. Some clear instructions would be really vital if anything is going to happen on my end. If you can just do that much for me, and if I think it's a damn reasonable explanation, I'll think about it. But I want to know why. Really, there's only one idea that needs to be made clear. Tonight, the world as we know it will end. And after completing my murder, I will salvage you, our friends, and what little of our species remains with my newfound quiddity. Really, I should probably already be saying goodbye, because soon enough I won't be myself anymore. Okay. Okay? Yeah, you gave me an explanation, which is all I really asked for, I guess. I still don't feel like I'm getting any of it, nor do I believe it, but gave me more of an answer than anything else I've gotten so far. The passiveness you're showing is starting to concern me. I need this to be taken seriously. It's quite literally life or death, and for once, I need your assistance and compliance. It can't be so lukewarm. I don't know how you expected me to react to something like that, trying to tell me, out of nowhere, that the world is about to fall apart and you're disappearing somehow. That's pretty exorbitant blow to drop on me, and then expect me to play along. Not to mention, I still don't even fucking understand it. You know I don't believe in that shit. I was trying my absolute hardest to kind of not completely explode on you, but what you're saying is fucking ridiculous. I'm not going to abandon you if something is actually happening, but what help from me do you really need? You pretty much never need my help, at least not with anything so major. You're always so on top of everything. You're so perfect. In a way, it's a special kind of terrifying. And I'm not happy at all with what you're trying to tell me. And I'm not going to just resign and accept it. What would you even want me to do? I want you to believe me, and I want you to listen to what I have to say, but there isn't any more time. They won't wait for us, so I need to leave you, but I promise you'll see me again sooner than you think, even if it isn't truly me. Alavida. What does that mean? Demiurge quantified, gave up trolling, pernicious overkill. Oh gee. I know you're there. Are you ready to join me, my guardian? Oh god, what is this? Guardian spirit. There has been a divine intervention, our child. I could sense the tension in your writhing. Please explain. We know now the truth of our form and the path of your belonging. This coil we are aligned in, it does not lead to savior. Your soul and this world are not meant for reincarnation. They as well as we are meant to disappear. Oh gee. Oh no, Albon, think of something else. You think of something else. Some of the people you love and trust with every beat of your now pounding color artery. One of these people is this scruffy young man, who is next in our first line of points across. His eyes are slit, his thoughts are as down towards the dirt as his feet, his mouth is shut, and his ears are open. Not that he could hear these musings right now, even if he wanted to, but he, like all the relevant others, will know the rattle of my voice sooner rather than later. Who is he, though? Let's become him and find out, even if I'm already well aware. Okay, so is the narrator like is the narrator a character again? Because if it's supposed to be like the author writing all of this, they wouldn't really talk like this, right? So it had to be like one of the characters narrating. But who? I don't think it would be Guardian Spirit. What about that skull thing? Doesn't make much sense, but I can't think of anything else. Enter name. Your name is Dismaz Mersive. You have been taken in by Skull Tyson Youngling, one of the planet's most rampantly destructive of the plentiful environmental issues at stake. One saw to have gone extinct after the extensive ancient architectural battles waged against them and other varying ultra beasts of burdening they would frivolously pick fights with. A select few escaped, retreating to burrow deep underground into the planet's core and stay in hiding, surviving solely off the emanating radiation before resurging eons later to breed once more in battle and attempt to become the king of all monstrosities. Only the weaker miners slightly contemplate taking any caretaker roles in order to be fed the potent irradiated ores they now crave. Not completing these tasks would leave you as good as dead. As such, you are forced to mine at the bottom of your canyon landscape to feed him. But this doesn't mean that you aren't one to rebel against authority. An aspiration you've taken a liking to, but consistently overestimate your ability to do properly. These mini-rebellions are grounds of territorial abuse to your custodian, and as such you have many scrapes with him, quite literally in fact. These poison marks would normally kill on principle, but your body has a Seto healing factor that mends your wounds, albeit leaving them scarred and disfigured. You are extremely sensitive about this, and as such make sure to cover them up as much as possible. Oh, okay. Fair enough. The majority of your time is taken up studying old documentary tapes in order to find a way to murder him, and the entire legion of Crust Abominations soon after. Oh, and sometimes you're forced to play games. Your troll tag is gigantic debilitation, and your reserve tone is rather sharp. What will you do? This mess, prepare for the end of the world. The world isn't going to be ending anytime soon. Not if you have anything to say about it. Well, you don't! Oh. Oh god, I remember this. Dismiss. Examine corkboard. Were the world to end though, the cause would be not of some cataclysm more than it would the virtue of a bunch of monsters tearing through the planetary shell with blue hot atomic beams. Close to the likes of you and the majority of the lower blood castes, these creatures have taken their once powerful forms and doubled them over into full-on survival tactics. Though, unlike your caste, they aren't properly utilized for anything except making your life hell. You have a bunch of notes detailing the varying powers and battle methods of the creatures you were able to see on film, as well as the methods of fighting them off, testing them out on small-scale training dummies. In the past, the best method was to use mechanized technology to craft controlled fighting savages to fend them off, but these were all decimated and most techniques from back then are unavailable today, which is truly a shame. Slime units just do not make for good combat-ready machinery. Dismass. Examine burnt-out ore. You like to sneak these into your guardian's meal when he's particularly ravenous to see if he'll choke. Really, it's not advisable to be touching this or any of what you feed to your lucers, as the toxicity is through the roof. But over time and disfigured body parts, you gain a tolerance to the stuff. Dismiss. Examine tapes. You managed to find a way to sneak in and tear the place up recently, destroying your most recent finds in the process. This form of video is actually rather obsolete. You're only able to watch them due to your partner having connections with ancient artifacts. This guy is the worst one. You hate him. Dismiss. Receive coincidental message from partner. You hate him. Is this that Hawaiian outfit guy? It better be. You hate him. You're going to have to enter him on Mobile Scorp with your Trilobite. Mobile Scorp is much more clean and compact, but still is just as bad as the original, which you can't use anymore after creating a theme entitled Lizard Slaughter Litany, which then proceed to crash your entire system. Fucking things up for yourself on a constant basis is a really bad habit of yours. Dismass. Answer UK. Oh yes it is. Unclaps Kahuna began trolling gigantic debilitation. Okay, alright, Mr. 3-Star General over here. Let me just go ahead and give you the word of the moment so we can keep things nice and clear without going sack deep into the extraneous pissy shit. We got a film to shoot, and this is important because it's going to be a generational winner, worthy of a planetary crater to call its own, which I know it will be lucky enough to be given momentarily, so that's why, once again, you're gonna need to be putting the bandito out the wild, wild west end of your ass and into your head, because this is the last time we're gonna be able to really shoot on location, and I want these movies these moves to be rancid nasty, even when out of the way to lure up a coaster for ya. In order to make sure that I get served up some primal failures of further ruin, and can you can you and you know you is the official candidate for my 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 1 out of 1 Editary Gilded Statue Award bait. No. No, that's... What? No, I'm not going outside right now. Your lame settled critical shooting session can wait. I can wait a little while. I just left the shit lizard outside not too long ago with a pretty livid attitude. I can still hear him scratching around and trying to make a scene, and I'm not interested in getting in his way again anytime too soon. Staying locked up for a little while is much better for me right now, honestly, so please, ask me again later. Nah, man, to be honest, there ain't no later in this question. You're trying to be solving my word riddles again, but there's no possible outcome except the same fucking end variable to start with. Word form DIE. You're so dramatic. Not dying is exactly why I don't want to go out. What else could possibly be happening right now that is so insanely catastrophic? Well then, let me speak in a language that you might be understanding a little clearer than normal. Keep my verbiage more or less squeaky. Do you remember the story I let you in on about the boner man? Yeah? How well do you remember it? Considering all the shit that spews out of your hole, probably very vaguely. God damn it. How many times am I gonna need to re-explain my life story tonight? Well, I know you're just gonna say it again anyway, since I clearly don't remember enough, so go ahead. So, freaking sneaky. I met him back when I was 9 cycle passes and some change. A small bound hustler on the move, doing anything he can to pull a stack from the waterwork and make a quick pelf on the stupidest fucks this side of the coast. You gotta be knowing me as a Virtua poker man, but a shark's gotta learn to keep moving somewhere. And when I was bottom feeding, all I knew to bank was these busted up rock picture dioramas embedded underneath my aisle. Bunch of hoppity, amphibious, crooked weirdos I had never seen before. Some intense spin patterns and flowers in there too, but I didn't care about no purpose, no rhyme, no reason, just clips and dinero. That was the first appearance of purpose in this little place that I was unknowingly set upon. That was the morning I was ligaments. I'm gonna... Ow. Oh.
Ligament.
Ligament struck into the bone zone. Gee. Yeah, okay. I definitely knew all about all your past gambling shenanigans. There's no way for me not to have, seeing as how it was a major part of my own problem for the better part of a couple sweeps. I may not remember the full details of a lot of the random filth you tell me, but I'm not forgetting any of the shit you forced me to do back then anytime soon. It's a bit better, but honestly, it's a hell I'm still living in. So the history lesson there was unnecessary. Continue on to the more valuable part that I thought you were going to deliver in the first place. Don't interrupt. This is integral tissue mouth. Okay, the skull guy. Dude came at me in a dream. Bigger and more sloppy pose than a bulge flopping on a warm slip and slide. Upon our greet, he said that he was starting to admire my presence. Though, really, I was wondering how this in beat logic was taken off, because it was this static void. The fuck was I walking? Also, why was I allowed to hear him, and why wasn't my Fint on the verge of an orchestrated blowout? These were the mysteries of a young me, but it wasn't no big picture show. Without an intro, he told me that I got a choice that would change my life forever. A choice that if I accept, I'll be granted into a similar fashion down the line the whole of destinies that I would probably be mind-pilled into if I took the shot. It would lead me upon the true path or something, and it was to piece together a local message that I already knew existed, i.e., them glyphs, and to stare the word and to share the word it has amongst the bonds I got it on knowledge on. In exchange, I would get a one-way ticket to a land of shadows and perp. His own slow crafted design to live out a way of life where I could be the young man I always dreamt of becoming. And shit, boy, you know I accepted. But not without thinking. Thinking about what exactly all this was to mean for me. Because many attempts later, I realized this bony pony doesn't get swindled. He kept his side of the deal regardless, and I think even with my misdeeds, he knew I was gonna have to pull through eventually. And eventually is now, hard skin. Got paid in advance. Fact is, no, I skullfuck wasn't holding back on the definition of the ideal self. Place was a dump, but it was there. I learned the mastery of the 52 hands. Ended up stuck in the company of this mad stick figure who took me in and showed me the ropes to reel in the dopes. We was a walking nightmare on the streets, and with our crew, we robbed the joint 12 kinds of blind. Some players call him the the skin sharper. I knew the man as Jack! Jack! There we go, starting to ring a few bells. Pretty sure all that had sounded just as ridiculous the first time around. So, how exactly does this relate to us apparently dying? I'm getting to it. Well, can you get to it a little faster? Someone who talks as if this is so imperative. You sure are wasting a lot of my time. You ain't even out here yet, shitlips. How do you know I was actually coming? Because you're never not coming at me. For a manlet who demands so much, you do very little to no work off the norm. Gross. Also, you're still not telling me what's going on. You should get back to that. Well, first off, I never said we were dying specifically like that. Just saying if you don't comply with me that you're gonna die. Along with the rest of the world. Big diff. The message I decoded was actually simple, at least in the general gist. Of course, there had to be a bunch of spooky, scary verbiage of an existentialist horror buff. Upon the very last visitation chat through my TV screen to be the clo- that appears to be the closure to this running gag of around the globe comedy tour he planned on me. But gist is that this place is going to wrap inside out into the pits. Pits that'll lick our life plate clean until there's nothing but space dust and regrets. However, like all the good points in a running plotline, when the going gets tough, there's a loophole ready to make it nice and easy as we inch our way in. Method ain't practical, but then again, neither is our grand finale. Next. If you're the only one who has all this know-how on what's going on and what to do about it, then why does it have to be something I need to be involved in? Can you never deal with anything without dragging me along with you? What are you about to try and force me to do for you this time? What I is about to do is save your sorry ass in Anatha. Is save your sorry ass another halfway from the cycle along with every other one of your sorry sad six of mashed contractors. We is gonna ride a loophole all the way out of this rig. And you're gonna be the man that gets me in full deep into the mess. In fact, soon you'll be just like me, all of you will. But as of right now, I gotta push the direction of the man. But don't you be worried about that. got thousands of gears in progression, and I got a majority of the clans shoved into the pile. Right now, though, I'm setting you up with your dream life before the dream life we is gonna share. Better get out. Better get here quick, D. I'm almost out. This better be worth it. What's up? Oh, God. This was not worth it. Come on, don't play me with that. I've got at least 3 things that make all those few minutes of walking out my obtrusive word jumbles all the worthwhile. Here, I'll even give you the first deal on the spot right now. Bam! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the sky, or at least 4. It just like in the olden days of me and your. Course, it won't be the same due to the nature. It's not the routine hours pending classic maneuver we used to pull, but it's the thought that counts. The thought and the hand. No dice? Oh, right. Nah, I'm feeling the beats you're posting my way loud and clear. We is scaling the wall of the past and heading into the future. And the future is bumping. Okay, now you're just cramping me out. This is tradition. Can't just call off tradition. Tradition's tradition. I've got no shenanigans prepared for this. All I want is a little skin, pinky swear, re-enlarging them peeps. Shout me a hell yeah, give me that finger, and let's truce on it. Sure, how about this one? Oh my god, no. Heck. This is... Oh my god. Get that the fuck out of here! Fucking god. You just had to hit right on the mark, didn't ya? How can that ridiculous thing even swat so hard and stay properly afloat? I can't stand it. Doesn't help that I'm staring at nothing but a lens. I bet you feel awfully proud of yourself with that cheap shot sheltered behind your bastardized remote-skulled auxiliary. Not that I'm surprised. Cheap shots are all you are legitimately good for. That and further salting my wounds. Wah, wah. That's you right now. If you close your deformed maw, maybe I'll find some way to feed you some grubby juice to pacify your incessant need to shit over everything I have ever done for you. I've got a real neat device that sprouts it right at the chest nubberies for ease, peas, suckle, accent. I couldn't close it no matter how badly I wanted to. Something you just made a bit worse for the moment. Whatever you've got to give isn't going to be staying put. I'd call that a most accurate representation of what you've done for me. I've always done so much more for you than think, bro. Spending more time being grateful of the mind gifts I give than you know wisdom's like no other. Though it seems I haven't even gone to my two other needed in this moment's show-offs, and already you got the tears rolling. That shows you care. Might have mistook you there for a second. I think you're getting the message loud and clear, but can I get to the good part now? Literally, what good part is there? I could have just stayed put and not had to suffer through this once again. Yeah, please, give me a better reason as to why I came all the way out here. So far I got like a sprinkle of currently relevant information out of you, and a slap to the face. Most of those, except the latter, I'm not sure what to make of right now. You've still neglected to actually tell me what it is that we are supposed to be doing. Are you stalling for a timed reveal process? Yeah, cause this needs one. Stop using those fingers to tap an increasingly loudly fake percussion rumble. Nah, give it a few more uptones. There. We gotta leave and boldly go where everyone has tried to have gone before but never returned to tell their tales. Outside the planet, past into the further beyond. And and where exactly would we go once we make this tremendously unnecessary exodus? There's nothing out there for us that would do any good. Every expedition to the outer worlds ended only in failure and floating corpses. Look, this is a big excuse or something. I know that this place sucks, but everything isn't going to instantly blow out like you say it is without warning. We can't immediately give up on this plan like the riffraff. It's all we've got. Plus, I still haven't finished figuring out how to remove all the damn skull titans from the surface. I promise. This place will be tremendously better once they're gone. Alright. I'll just leave it there. I ain't talking no space travel, some rinkadink. I ain't talking no space travel, some rinkadink inhabitable planet on the far side of the moon or something. This be a miniature getaway for us, ones deemed fit for jobbing it. We got a tiny pocket with 12 names written on it. Just gotta squat up and get there. Follow my lead, stop pissing on the small deets. You still aren't. Shh! No more words, bottom scale. Allow your syllable vowel mixes to stay dead center. We cite on Psy's Info Duex edition. Oh gee. Dismiss, look up. Oh no. Oh my, what is happening here? Hope? That's the hope aspect, right? Kind of freaking funny face. What is that? A prophecy being foretold. What I've been talking on this whole convo. I still don't understand. Well, you'll get one last second to think on it if you can do that. Might be a little too busy performing our last show. Didn't let Beastie Boy out for you to not fight him and for you not to get ripped to shreds for the vid one last time. No way, you did not do that. I'm losing all faith in you and anything you say or do, no matter how severe, if you just did that. Shaking my head. Not my fault that you don't know how to roll with prioritary matters. Oh, speak of the atomic devils. It's your little old man. Dismiss, look up again. Oh fuck, that's what they look like. He's really not happy that you locked him out earlier. He's going to be even less happy when he's dead. You make sure to notify your Kissmisses that he'll be next at this rate. The Kissmisses, who we briefly met earlier on in the story, tells you that this could have all been prevented if you gave high fives responsibly. You proceed to discern this notion as a crock of shit, to which he agrees and begins to record the action about to take place. This is for the best, as it's time for his introduction proper. Oh, we don't get to see it. Enter name. Oh. Your name is Mert Turkin. Really, that's all you need to know, but let's go on regardless. And so far, you've only had 2 iterations of yourself, but soon that will change. In the past, you were a salesman, but after your dream self was awoken on the moon of Durst by making a deal with a stranger, a small group of cheats known as the Dead Shufflers took you in as a hostage to the Black Queen. It was soon that their leader, the Scathing Sharper, took a shine to you. Learning from your newfound home, you were soon turned into a feared personality amongst the last remaining members of the Seed Troll hierarchy, as a ruthless swindler and card snark in the world of many various gambling sports. You acquired a fine taste for taking what you want regardless if you earned it or not, and murdering any poor sucker who didn't pony up the goods. You actually ended up meeting your partner Dismiss through these means. You still technically own his soul from that virtual poker game about 2 or so sweeps back. Not that it matters now. Oh god. Oh my god. You soon realized that wasn't the life you wanted to lead, and as such, you gave it all up. Ending your reign and betraying the family you once had, sentencing one to a life of community service and the other 3 into hiding. Since then, you've settled in as this new Merit. What the fuck is that arcjec? That's dark. Wait. Oh no, it's Kissmissus, whatever their name was. This new Merit is the Merit you've since been set on keeping. And with any personality, this one also has a number of interests. A lot of your time has gone into fulfilling your end of the bargain with the aforementioned stranger who woke up your dream self, decoding the hieroglyphics of a long-since ruined temple, spoiling the visits of some sort of amphibious creature you're pretty sure doesn't actually exist. But you finally completed your work on that front tonight. Otherwise, you are very prone to boredom on your tropical island in the middle of nowhere. You know, the kind with coconuts and shit. Those aren't enough to keep you busy, and as such, you've rigged your hive with an insurmountable number of booby traps that could kill you at any time, just for the sheer sport of it. You collect a number of ancient artifacts, most coming from the Renaissance. Specifically, you're invested in old media systems and esoteric entertainment products of the time. On a surface level, you have quite the collection of televisions and videotapes, leaving them all running on something at once at all times. But on a much deeper level, you manage to modify the technology rather well, turning many of these objects into monitors and drones that you use to watch your friends. You like to wait for them to fuck up and record the moment so that you can make surreal comedy mashups of their misfortune. But despite the fact that you post these everywhere, you ensure it's private to you alone. Anyone who clicks on your video is more than likely subject to a load of redestinations and nasty viruses. Really, you'd like to think your best attribute is the dedication and persistence you bring to all of these hobbies, none of which even come close to the sheer magnitude of effort you go into showing your affiliation with hardcore, promiscuous cultural art pieces. Truth be told, this isn't so much an interest as it is a parody of another's interest as a countermeasure to show him how utterly shitty his ideals are. But in order to prove a point, sometimes you need to take the extra step. As such, the joke has evolved to be so much more, or to make the guys believable. Countless hours of research, reading, watching, and going as so far to make a dungeon of solitude in relation to it. It's gotten so bad that you aren't even sure if you still don't like this old age big-eyed pornography. But other people don't need to know if you're joking, and neither do you. It's all part of the fun. Your troll tag is Unclaps Kahuna, and you speak in a staticky manner that no mofo even gets. What will you do? Mert, fondly regard past Mert. What is there to fondly regard here? Club's dues? You have to fondly regard the club's dues. You absolute donk. Merits examine copious amount of shades. This is your shutter shade collection. You have 52 pairs in total, and normally you like to switch them each twice per half sweep cycle. They're very important to your personality, keeping your eyes open and yet concealed from items of interest. But really, there's no deeper meaning to the collection. You really just enjoy being different. Mirth, examine launchpad. Okay, good, mic's still working. You use this in your video mashup collections to really bring it all together using the power of wacky effects. Each button has a specific function attached to it that really messes with the video timeline, but some are more useless, like this one that is just a long sound of someone screaming. You proceed to press this button and listen to the wail for many minutes. Merch, examine unknown ancient entertainment hubs. Really, they aren't that unknown. They're just really old and outdated televisions, but despite that, as previously stated, your taste really dives into esoterically eclectic. These running films and shows are all hundreds, if not thousands of sleeps sold, despite the fact one is still airing to this day with a drastic decline in quality, and are only able to be seen because of the stray wreckage you find around land. Well, that and these tapes are supposed to be virtually indestructible. The ones you like to keep running are the ones that make you think and contemplate your existence as much as you contemplate the workings of the media itself. Moritz, examine this man's body pillow. Oh god. The absolute pride of your entire collection. You made it yourself. Normally, this sort of thing is for an imaginary physical courtship ceremony, but you and he are way past pretending at that stage. Alright, I should probably explain what that means. Actually, I've noticed I brought up a few terms that have been left unexplained thus far. Let's get that out of the way now. Let's get a drink first, because this is gonna kill my throat. Probably not, but still. Yeah, Mike's good, but explain species mating procedures. We will keep the romance portion of this brief, as we will need to know it, as we will need to return to it at a later time. No, bad. For now, all you need to know is that trolls fall into four quadrants of similar yet varying tones, and represented by easily recognizable and colored suits that should grasp your interest rather quickly. They are called mateship, moral allegiance, auspicious, and kismissitude. The formermost and the lattermost are the only ones who truly take part in these acts, dealing in respective forms of pity rather than love, one being closer and more tender, it being red, and the other much more bitter and brooding, this one being blackened. The mating ceremony itself, however, is practically the same in both forms. It is all just in the matter of the practice. It is all just in the matter of practice in the moment that it began to shift, but that is between the two trolls and it's nobody else's business, frankly. These trolls are very sentimental creatures that take their courtship seriously, almost to the point of being territorial on the issue. Choosing a mate isn't all fun and games. The choice can't be random and the choice can't be meaningless. Sexual intimacy comes much, much later after this special someone is chosen. You really would need to be prepared to do this, as the experience is life-changing, not by nature of the action, but by completely closing your emotional bonding with one another. Ironically and obviously, this act is done physically, but once you enter, you can't exit very easily. It's a bond that most often begins leading the two parties to be intertwined as one unit in one square, to have and to hold for as long as they may live. Though reproduction alone doesn't necessarily have to do with this ceremony at all. The process of such really does help nurture the trolls to become ready for it to happen, and pleading them to only take part when ready for such a commitment. Or at least they do in this day and age. Reproduction on this planet is not inherently sexual by nature, at least not in conjunction with other rituals. It gets one all its own. A few times in a troll's lifespan, they will be asked to go to their most conveniently located reproduction stable to leave behind some form of genetic material to give to the helpful and friendly service droid who makes your personal stable as comfortable as possible for you to give to society in the most literal manner there is. This offering can be anything as easy as a strand of hair to the more obvious notions of blood and seed. The more you give, the more dominant it becomes in the system. After receiving the easiest mate sample, the droid sends it off to an unknown location for it to be stored until use is needed. From there, they mechanically pupate grubs using the DNA of the donors, crafting them to be similar, yet different in order to carry their lineage and their symbol back into the outside world. These trolls will then become that grub's ancestor, and will normally be dead by the time of their hatching. Every troll, whether they know about it or not, has an ancestor of shared blood and sigil. Records on lineage were kept stable throughout later times, though recently many of those records have been lost due to the planet's overall decline. It was once so easy to know where you came from. Any troll who wanted to find out about their ancestry could do so without too much effort. Now, information on these subjects are not so easily found outside performance arts and decrepit paintings. There is once a point where a descendant's ancestor could be heralded as a hero of fortune or a scoundrel amongst the commotion. Both sentiments were viable, and as such, many tales and fables have been crafted regarding the nature of certain lives that broke the mode of importance. But no good story truly stays fully in fiction. Our trolls' ancestors are special cases in history, as their descendants will also be. All 12 of their elders had a hand in creating a new world as much as they had a hand in destroying it, leading for all up-and-coming events to take place as they rightfully needed to. Their tale is one that is commonly referenced but never truly grasped to its full potential due to the technical inaccuracy of person bias on the subject. This story will also have to be pieced together as we go along. It really does feel as if I'm handing you way too much information right from the get-go, but so many things wouldn't make much sense if I didn't give you at least the slightest briefing, even if the topic feels all too familiar. I can tell you're curious, so allow me to give you one hint you might remember from earlier. It has something to do with a curse by blood. Merritt, check in on Dismas. Oh yeah, he's doing just fine. No, he's not. As always, he's giving you the best footage you can ask for. You can hear him yelling angrily for you to answer him, and you do so through the base osculatory operations buddy drone's boob drone auto chatter system. This specific drone gives anatomically correct facts relating to the use of female troll chests and their many and their many psychological functions in daily life. Oh my god! He isn't very fond of this because you can tell because of all the incoherent growling. Oh god. Merritt, check in on the blue guy. Okay, first of all, this is the one I'm thinking of. It looks a lot like it. Oh god. You chicken on a blue guy. Nothing out of the usual here, which is exactly the problem. You would think the time he spent collecting corpse parts from these heinous-looking undead guys would at least lead to a couple yuck-worthy screams, but it's never anything but light thriller and melodrama. It's sad, but not the kind of sad you're looking for. Merritt, examine colorful cube. You've rigged this rudimentary puzzle toy into a weapon to be used against yourself in your underground hall traps. Moving sides will in turn rotate the many walls of the expansive room to varying angles, each leading to different passageways with a different plethora of rigged devices waiting for you. pursue the goal is always to reach the same finish. Your hentai dungeon! Why would you do this? Next. But before you can get raveled in your toys, you remember there is a plot you need to keep moving. The first step towards continuing it is to answer the two friends you've left the back burner while you committed your hilarious antics. Mert, examine monitors. Arcjec is still dead. Alright, so let's see. Arcjec slept. This guy is still making corpses. You're the honk clown, right? I like how this person looks. I don't like how this person looks. Okay, those are legs, alright. Hey, wait. This PSA. I should like read this sometime actually. Like, I read it before, but anyway, heck vent. This person. Heck, I can't do that. Alright, let's see. Look pretty similar. But why? Anyway, yeah. I did play the game earlier, but by the time I do get around to reading this, I'll likely have forgotten everything that happened in it. But I can't replay the game, and I'm really sad about that. It was actually really good. Mertz examine monitors. These monitors are for the smaller cameras debugged in secret compartments among the rest of the fodder, each one being another hollowed out television except for your desktop computer. You have 11 total cameras for 11 total people to watch over, including yourself. You didn't really think you wouldn't include yourself in what you're watching for missteps, did you? That would just be totally unfair. But there are no other cameras, just 11. Especially no cameras for a 12th party. As far as you're concerned, 11 is the only number that matters. Merit's examine desktop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What's this? Wait, what are you looking at? Merit's examine desktop. Oh no. Your desktop, while unseen at the moment, is a hodgepodge of toolbars and spam that you ensure will slow down anything you would like to do. You also use the worst browser you can find, Galena, in order to ensure you browse on hard mode. Your Scorp theme is Tit-tastic Temptations, and you would think that this might be a custom-made theme, but unfortunately, it isn't. Not unfortunate for you, but certainly for everybody else. You left a rousing game of Anthropor Municipality with your friend earlier. Blue Dog must be wondering where you went. Merit, answer Blue Dog. Oh gee. Windless Artificer began trolling Unclaps Kahuna. Oh yes! I was wondering when they would, like, exist. Shut. Shut! Thank you. What? Are you alive? Nah. Oh, alright. I guess I'll just go lay down or something. Hey, whoa. Can't be just sleeping peeping on this here night. You know the drill. It's game time. Well, it's been game time. It was great, but you vanished and left me all alone. It ruined the flow. Oh my fucking god, you wise-ass Midlands. You is the only one with the real deal know-how on this front, and you thought I'm still acting on that small potato fry settle field. Badly rendered games where you flap your arms in the barren void with politically understood furnishing is my fave kind of game, but you know the big deal is starting to be pushed out right from under us. More important stuff like harassment. Right, my mistake. Woof. Whatever. Did you see him tonight? Heck. I'm okay. No, don't know why. He should have been here. That's partially why I was going to take a short snooze. Figured it'd be worth a quick check. Or that still doesn't happen. A brief visit to dreamland before everything starts getting hectic. Gonna bring them the papers and guess it. Which, by the way, just want to let you know that's still real dumb headwork on your end, Bassett bloods. Why read about what don't matter in the long run? They gonna be touching and feeling all up on destiny and end form righteous soon enough. Life and times of plastic molded battle pieces won't be the first thing they is headed towards. Yeah, well, it was just a bit of a stunt at first, but I started and just didn't feel right stopping. Had to keep it going like a civic duty. Not even really about the content. Provides nice visual to speak a testament to how outrageous it has become at this point. Haven't done that yet, so I might as well. Sounds like a big excuse to steal my flavorful stylings. Don't forget to be who you is. I know you ain't got much of a personality besides everyday normal guy, and I know you're getting that through your thick pupper skull, but you know what? There's another thing inside ya, and on the outside of ya, and it represents who you are. Is being called being a dog. Am I not fulfilling that enough? With how I literally make noises to show how dog-esque I am? Well, dogs can't talk, are they? Oh, right. Woof, or bark, bark. They can't type neither. There we fucking go. Now you're 100% original. You got it now, doggo. Now hurry up with the ZZZ. You ain't got more than a couple hours before first impact. Fusso, nighty-night. See ya! Unclaps Kahuna, gave up trolling windless artificer. Mert, enter the other troll. Oh no. Wait. This person, right? There is a fuchsia. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun, huh? Grandoy Saturation began trolling Unclaps Kahuna. Hey! So, I believe you told me that everything is going to get demolished, correct? What? All of those things you told me earlier about us taking action and the now most inevitable planetary destruction? Alright, those things! Couldn't understand you tween the goddamn shovel you got kinder throwing a flagrant jackal taking over your visage. You petulant wiggler, what has become of you? You used to be such a distinguished individual. God, we've all been doing this. Apparently we are. And now I have even more to say. First of all, you do not deserve to use any sort of fish-related puns. Especially not in my presence. Second, just don't make fish puns at all. Ever. Okay. I'm sorry, bro. I thought you would appreciate a plan into your hand. In the entire world supply of royal function reclamation, or at least one who ruminates it by the fire and priceless painting of an aquatic bovine. I am, and one of the only two of us left in any sort of hierarchy for expanses. Perhaps you should learn to shape back up and properly fulfill the role you've been granted, instead of disregarding any and all semblance of decency and dragging it through the turbidites. It would do you some good, despite how little value you may still actually hold at this point. Aquatic-related witticisms are the most novice and etiolated form of any sort of sea-dweller idiosyncrasy. They're stupid and worthless, and anyone who uses them legitimately is only fit to be viewed in the same manner. I don't even believe that they become such a conventional trope or anything more than a bad joke. I will continue to view them as such. Do I gotta respond to this? Didn't understand what the fuck hell you just said. Didn't understand what the fuck hell you just said. Yes, you gotta. That is how conversations work. Okay, but consider the fact that I don't wanna. You don't wanna? Once again, a rather poor and juvenile excuse. You never want to do anything of any real importance, it seems. This is a serious issue that we need to discuss, but I'll relent for now. I wanted to come here civilly with a different topic to begin with. You're the one that started a scene by deciding to immediately respond with petty insults instead of just answering my inquiry properly. Yeah, something questions. Next. You never properly answered my original one, but I'll take a positive response on it regardless, since I was only seeking verification. My more important piece would be regarding any potential preservation of belongings. I understand that most things will be lost, but is there any method besides the obvious, to your knowledge, of sparing a portion? If you already know, then why the fuck you asking? Said it yourself. Most of it is gonna be vaporized, and I said that was the point of the glyphics made crystal clear. We ain't gonna exist here anymore after these giant-ass rocks crater our lives into the ground. No more living spaces, no more custy, ego-stroking putt courses, no more divine wines, and definitely no more of your hoity-toity pleasure sword packing gender politic groups rabble-rousing on the streets about how they live on a higher plane because they ain't got no plus chest tanks. It's just gonna be us, and wherever it is we go from here into the void of new beginnings. So, you best be getting ready to readjust your life plan. Think it's high tide time you got to be doing that. Well then, I definitely have plenty of my own concerns on the matter, not just about the aforementioned. Ignoring some of what you just said, I was more worried about the possessions I felt that I might actually need in a situation like this. I'm simply trying to be prepared, though I can see you're not going to be of any real assistance either way. Not entirely sure why it bothered either, since I should have known better about the outcome of a response from you. Then, why are you talking to me? Seems like, as usual, you're making your own issues out for yourself here. Because I presumed it would be worth my while to at least give a bit of searching a shot. Clearly, however, it really wasn't worth as much as I may have initially hoped. Not exactly an issue as much as it is just a bit of disappointment. With that being said, I really do not have much more to say to you myself, as you seem to desperately desire. So we might as well be done here for now. Unless for some strange reason you have anything else important to say to me, I'll be on my way. Just one. Your stroke game weak. Delightful. Grandoy's saturation gave up trolling and claps kahuna. I hate him. I hate this fancy fuck. Mert, remind yourself of what was important. You think you've had enough of the natural order now. You did as you were intended, and now it's time for us to move on to our last true introductory moment for this section. Once again, be the blue guy. And now, we are meeting the final member of our initial half-group at last. As we've seen, he is one of the two aforementioned blue guys. While he does have a name, all the others feel as confident as he does that the blue guy works just as well. We aren't yet in a position to reveal his true name, but we will be very soon. We just need to wait patiently for when the chance arrives. Blue guy, look at papers. Prospect Daily. Moon Union tenses on the rise. Predicted awakening of heroes of breath, rage, blood, life, and hope. Night continues to buy paper. So this guy is a knight. Knight of what? You have just about finished your nightly news fetch on the golden moon of Prospect. You have to deliver it still, but it occurs to you that you should take a moment to look the paper over before you give it to him. This place is practically a second home that you have known since you were young, so the least you can do is know what's going on. You share this moon with 5 others of your group, a group in which this moon celebrates its heroes, and those 5 others will be waking very soon. Other than yet another guesstimate on their awakening, you notice a very handsome picture of yourself and the nice paper printer who spends most of his time thanking you, and a headline that begins to worry you a little. Blue guy, ponder worries. They really need to add a save feature to this site. What is that? This moon and the furthest moon, known as Durst, revolve around an unknown essence of unlimited potential known as Skya, which has been around since conception. The 2 moons have an excessive amount of lore relating to the entity due to its whispers and sharing the many secrets. It's a secret. Secrets that told the moons of heroes that will come and bless them with their presence. Heroes that will give their lives meaning. The 2 moons have 2 very different opinions on this. The former who worships the energy and the blank planets that it has spouted as a creative force for their heroes' use, and the latter who despises it out of fear of the heroes using such force as a weapon against their current way of life. These opinions grew to be very strong amongst the community, as they were the thoughts of the kings and queens of each respective society. Crowds couldn't be silenced. Mass panic began to ignite the flame of war for the partnering lands. A war that none of them were prepared to fight. A war that they could not fight, though they tried many times to do so. There ceased the ever-growing hysteria over the battles. They could never cease the ever-growing hysteria over the battles they could never win. The leaders of the 2 moons finally made a pact, deciding that the only way the 2 nations could truly trust each other was by doing nothing. Deciding this... hold on. Alright, back. My grandma just almost freaking stepped on the cats. But the cat's fine. The good cat. Anyway, I guess for the description, I'll link videos of my cat. Alright, deciding this caused the gift they were given to create something they weren't expecting. The seemingly dormant crucible reacted to their decision accordingly, blocking any use of its well of knowledge by creating a nigh impenetrable force field of pure light with the power of its initial form shell, reverting itself to an unknown entity stirring within its pocket. God damn it. And we're back. There was no pause. I did not need to say that, but I did. Heck you. The two moons now hesitantly work together with the aim of releasing Skya from the prison they just created after this in an attempt to figure out just what happened to the purpose they once knew. Now seeing it not as a passive use, but as a living entity angered by their past choices. Little do they know that Skya's plan all along was only to bring them closer together. And while the blue guy here knows these points from a technical aspect, I am the one who has the little details. I'm the only one who would know. I created all of this. Who is it? Cultural affairs aren't for you, though. They never have been. Really, it's none of your business what happens to anybody other than yourself. You prefer to remain as an observer rather than an active participant in the midst of quandaries, whether you're directly involved or otherwise. And right now, all you want to be involved in is getting yet another paper where it belongs. Blue guy. Visit the hero of breath. Oh my god, that's adorable. Cluttering most of the hero of breath's dream block is a numerous amount of pre-delivered prospect dailies. You highly doubt he's going to read them, but even past the joke value, he might gain some valuable insight were he to take a look at a few of these. He also noticed prior to this visit that he had slipped out of his cocoon due to all the squirming he does in his slumber, and made him a nice little rest mat out of the old prints to hopefully service him a little better. That's arcjec, right? Gotta make sure. Yes it is! He's adorable! I wanna pet him! Wait. What? Blue guy, deliver once more. Oh my god, he's drooling. This is legitimately adorable. You really wish that he could have been here with you from the beginning. Maybe it could have made him a little happier. Oh! Wait, you freaking smile. Easy, boy. You think you're just gonna go ahead and leave now and forget all that just happened. To nowhere you didn't know you would be going to, and to someone you haven't been able to forget. Still though. Oh fuck. This skull guy? This place might still hold a few surprises, if not in its visuals, then in me personally. I've been looking forward to this, really. This being our first meeting since your ill-fated youth. I had no intention in seeing you later than intended. Only in waiting on the right moment. We have a lot to talk about. You can still be the blue guy, and I'll be white noise, and we'll get through this act together. At least, at first. You're here. I'd like to start off by apologizing. It's terribly rude of me to exacerbate your lung condition just to serve my purposes. I can't imagine how uncomfortable it must have felt. But then again, that may be because I don't have lungs. Is he like the first guardian of this planet? I feel like this is not Alternia, because it's like these little subtle differences that kind of show it's not really the same as Alternia. Might be Alternia in the future. We'll find out. It's fine. It's fine. I'm used to it. But why now? Why now, you ask? Weren't you the one who went to sleep for the express purpose of speaking with me? It's simple cause and effect. I'm only giving you what you wanted. And truly, I have done nothing but give you what you want, have I not? I have been your timeless servant, outside of both concept and causality. But I forget my place. For you, there has been a great passing of time since we made our deal. I think it has been long enough that you have grown in both size and profundity. Before, you were a mere child. Meander- I don't think that's meandering. Is it?
Meandering.
Meandering. Meandering. Meandering through existence lacking foresight. You were immature, full of the ill-conceived, but as for why now? Now you are almost ready. The moment draws near for you to fulfill your end of the bargain. I was kind of expecting this, anticipating it really. I just hoped you would time the transition better is all. Why? What do you want me to do exactly? Ever the pragmatist, aren't you? Always straight to the point, no time for any flowery prose. You intertwine yourself so effortlessly with the others, despite how boisterous or insufferable they may act. Can't you do the same for me? It's a mutual habit of ours to rush, I think. The roses of... God, heck. Okay, where were we with these freaking constant interruptions? It's a mutual habit for of ours to rush, I think. The roses of life remain undisturbed when we prioritize haste, don't you agree? Perhaps we should take a moment to ourselves so we can learn about each other. Doesn't that sound nice? Go ahead, ask me anything. Oh, alright, so what happened to your skin? Is it just like lying around somewhere? And if so, do you need it for anything? Can I have it? Giving you my skin would necessitate having skin in the first place. Man, I just can't win today. Nobody has anything that I want. When you ask a question, you must be prepared for the answer. The truth is of utmost importance. The truth shapes you. It molds your very essence. It carves your being like a chisel to fine marble into what it was always destined to become. Do you know what you are destined to become? What is that even supposed to mean? It means nothing. It means both nothing and everything. The grasping of metaphors is a sign of higher intelligence, you know. Crypticisms and strange symbols are, in, are intrinsic playthings to a trained mind. They create the questions that grasp and throttle your intuition, that force you to come to terms with the plasticity of your ego. What I am trying to say is this: they keep you from being bored. I don't want you to be bored. Just the same, I don't want our audience to be bored. And so, I tell a story. A story that encompasses all the necessary engaging elements an audience could hope for. And all I have to do is say the right things at the right times. Alright. You ought to pose a better inquiry. Complacency does not suit heroes. Are you not interested in the game you are about to play? Perhaps that is a subject matter you should be pursuing. It would be the route that would lead to the deepest understanding of your near future. But we won't talk about that now. We must follow the outline. Each and every conversation has a goal it must meet. To divulge more than is necessary to crucify the suspense, and with it, the story. Storytelling is hard work, almost as hard as a social bonding. This is why I take us down these winding roads, not because I enjoy taunting you, but because I wish to truly know you. I think it's okay. I don't. I'm not gonna waste time trying to get new music. I'll have new music next part. But anyway, wait. It's weird though. Why is it looping? Alright. But because I wish to truly know you. These detours and strange concepts, these bastardized cultural quirks and painfully ironic twists, they all serve to establish my position as a student. A student with you as my subject. Well, now you're just rambling. I'm gonna ask another question if that's alright, to avoid more of that. What can you tell me about the game? Were you not paying attention? To reveal too much would be to ruin the mystique. I can tell you one thing, though. Your objective is to win. You play and you win. The game is orchestrated ideally for this purpose. Unfortunately, this objective is not in the cards for you. In reference to this notion, especially not for you, nor with the hero time. Wait, so you can't win? Then why did me and Merritt do all of this? Why should we play our game? It isn't your job to be dramatic, it's mine. To fail is not to be faced with inevitable defeat. You, like all living creatures, will undergo an evolution, though this evolution is not genetic in nature. You will evolve to become a superior version of yourself, so that you can effectively face what is ahead of you. Haven't you heard that saying, try, try, try again? It undoubtedly applies here. We are just taking all the necessary precautions. Alright, fair enough. If I'll get another chance after I fail, I can handle that. I'm just confused. Why choose a game like this if we stand such a risk of repeated failure? Wouldn't it be easier to choose something simpler? If your goals were all laid out for you in such a gluttonous display, would you really be interested? Knowing you, I guess not. Attention spans are not naturally long, and decadence only shortens what is already unsatisfactory. You have managed to survive so long already, but why? Without question, without debate or protest of indignation or imagination. You go about your routines, you allow yourself to be subjected to mere circumstance, and you pretend to be satisfied. How can you do this to yourself? Conscious beings should not suffer with no payoff. They should not toil under the dogmas of others simply because they are asked to do so. You must orchestrate your machinations in such a way that you create an offer that cannot be refused. Something so enticing that it will act as your foundation, your suspension to keep you from falling flat. These other games you play, they spit in the face of true challenges. They are bread and they are circuses. Are you not searching for fun, discovery, companionship, or at the very least, shenanigans? I don't know what I'm searching for. That's why I took your offer in the first place. Gee. So, you agreed because you are afraid. You allowed yourself to become crippled by your doubts, so fearful of making the wrong choice that, in many ways, you refuse to act. Do you feel as if you are doing something wrong? That being in this moment with me is wrong? I guess I'm always kind of afraid of messing something up. I mean, this is a big deal, right? I don't even know what any of this means, let alone do I feel confident enough to handle it. But where's your alternative? Would you rather return to your old life? Would you rather live out your days stitching bodies, hoping against hope that the next one you find won't be someone you care about? Look at yourself. In the story I am telling, it is becoming clear with every word that you care deeply about those who do not care for themselves. In the world you live in, death is commonplace and healthy minds are few and far between. Without this deal, the cycle will be broken by total annihilation. You are far better equipped for this than you know. Maybe even more than I know, if only because you have no other options. You are, in many ways, at the end of your rope. In much the same way, I am nearing the end of mine. There are some cases in this life where it is blissful to be ignorant. To truly understand would be the torment to mind, and leaving initiative to astrophy. The more you would understand, the more difficult it would become to act. We cannot risk indecisiveness when so much is at stake. Just remember what I have told you. The rest shall become clear when it needs to be. To be honest, that freaks me out a little, but I suppose I don't have much of a choice at this point. I did promise. Gee. And the grace you have shown in keeping your word makes me all the more confident in my decisions. What I am about to ask you to do is not simply a service to me, but to yourself as well, and to those about whom you play this game with. Understanding this will help you in your personal journey. You walk an isolated path, like the story itself that I tell it will splinter, seeming to careen endlessly into an obscure realm that is space, but it is not without purpose. In fact, it is your purpose incarnate. Allow me to show you the reason for our meeting. This is the Green Sun! Oh, fuck. I'm gonna stop for a bit. I need to get some stuff done, but I don't need to say this. When will I get that through my thick head? And we're back. I feel really tired, and I just want to frickin' just as soon as possible. I'm not even gonna make a thumbnail till tomorrow. Yeah, it sure is, but I don't know what or why it is. And now I can tell you. It is the very essence of existence, the force that powers the complex multiverse from its most structured forms to those that are egregiously entropic. It provides over all. I preside over all of them. It provides a heat so pure, so powerful, that it fuels the division between the perpetuation of life and the all-encompassing destruction that waits behind it. It was gifted as my heart and my soul from my Creator. With it, I now protect all that is alive in their place. But soon, like all before me, I too must face death. My bones are old, and my heart has grown weak and small from its original form. It must be returned to its birthplace, lest that breath be choked from the very cosmos themselves. That is your duty. That is our deal. Maybe he's not the first guardian. This is going to be what fertilizes the end, as well as the beginning. Make sure the imperative nature of its purpose isn't lost on you, literally or metaphorically. But that is for later. Right now, we're in a safe space in which the gravity of the situation isn't weighing us down quite yet. The initial plot dump is out of the way, though. How about a joke to lighten the mood from serious consequence and introspection? I know you're interested in the types of people who can do that. Oh, I accidentally went towards introspection again. Or actually, no, that last sentence didn't line up correctly for... Oh god, he's choking! That last line didn't set me up correctly for comedy. There isn't anything here that calls for laughs at all, really, nor anything that allows for comedic explanation. These are the fallbacks of being the mouthpiece inside a fuzzy void, sadly. This... Why are you... No. Also, why are these GIFs when they're not moving? It's like doing the thing Homestuck does. You know, I have a myriad of bone puns and props I plan to exploit later, just because this forum is truly the most fun version of me that I have ever gotten into. If anything, my imminent demise derives in need of its use. For you, I could make an exception of foreshadowed conditions if you stop making all those odd sputtering noises. Right, you're supposed to be dying now. Your conscience is being interfered with, or at least that's how the narrative flow wills it to be. It is sad you can't stay here as much as I would like you to, as I would very much like you to. You know you're a favorite of mine, as are all your friends. but the will of reality and its basis among fiction and non-fiction is a very picky beast, and too many times have I dealt with that problem personally. We can't have much more of that. Many of you are bound to join us on your first go-around in this game, but you can't be one of them this time. An overly simple goodbye is all I will part you with, but I will be here, and as always, I will also be with you. After that, a thought has come to me, a thought pertaining to the number 12. There's no denying its importance in our tale thus far, no matter what strain it fits into. It's considered a perfect number here, nothing else. There are 12 main characters acting in a story they don't realize. 12 personalities who once again attempt to give their lives and the lives of others meaning. Fitting 12 aspects that compound the reason they live in the first place. But I think you always knew that much, didn't you? In any case, it's time for us to return to our scheduled viewing. Why is there a dog here? Well, that's page 200, my designated stopping point. I can finally just render this, get it uploaded, and freaking go to bed. Okay. I don't, I'm on. Oh yeah, we already listened. Uh, Alright, I'll be reading this again next week. But, let's, let's see here. Yep. Anyways, bye.